Hello, hello, it's Coyote Christina, surfer, author, dreamweaver. It is, it's week 7, Thursday of the campaign. We're going to talk about animal guides today. We're in the transformation stage. We started this week talking about destiny, talking about Ithaca, which is the first half of the transformation stage. And now today we are going to talk about destiny, the second half of the transformation stage. And this is part of the book, Amazed, Amused, and Often Confused. It's my second book, and I'm doing this campaign, a 9-week online campaign, just to get information out there about the book, hopefully get people interested, share the resources and the information. It's what's helped me develop a mindset by getting curious and connecting with myself as well as connecting with others. So my goal now is to build a community around connection and healing and growing and thriving together. So would love if you join the Amused campaign by subscribing to Substack or by purchasing a copy in the pre-sale. You can go to tkcdreams.net and or you can share the link to Substack with someone. There's an email campaign, so if you want to be part of the email campaign and receive an email every week, DM me or send me a message and I would be happy to send that to you. So, all right, let's get started. Transformation stage. This is when we decide where we want to go. But before we move from that first half of the transformation stage and Ithaca and the concept of home, I said yesterday I would share the poem Ithaca by C.P. Kabafi with you. This is my favorite poem. It's kind of like a friend to me. It's kind of changed meaning. I first was introduced to it my sophomore year of college. So it's been with me for decades. So hope you enjoy it. As you set out for Ithaca, hope the journey may be long, full of adventure, full of discovery. Lastrygonians, Cyclops, angry Poseidon, don't be afraid of them. You'll never find things like that on your way, as long as you keep your thoughts raised high, as long as a rare excitement stirs your spirit and your body. Lastrygonians, Cyclops, wild Poseidon, you won't encounter them unless you bring them along inside your soul, unless your soul sets them up in front of you. Hope the journey may be long, may there be many a summer morn, when with what pleasure, what joy, you're entering harbors you're seeing for the first time. May you stop at Phoenician trading stations to buy fine things, mother of pearl and coral, amber and ebony, sensual perfume of every kind, as many sensual perfumes as you can. And may you visit many Egyptian cities to learn and go on learning from their scholars. Keep Ithaca always in your mind. Arriving there is what you're destined for, but don't hurry the journey at all. Better if it lasts for years. So you're old by the time you reach the island, wealthy with all you've gained on the way, not expecting Ithaca to make you rich. Ithaca gave you this marvelous journey. Without her, you wouldn't have set out. She has nothing left to give you now. And if you find her poor, Ithaca will not have fooled you. Wise as you will have become, so full of experience, you'll have understood by then what these Ithacas mean. So I just think that's a beautiful story, or a beautiful poem that has so much meaning. By using archetypes of Ithaca and Lastrygonians, and that's in the Odyssey. That's what Odysseus encounters on his way, trying to return home. So for destiny, our animal guides are Coyote, which stands for trickster, and Odysseus in the Odyssey was also a trickster archetype. Owl is deception, spider is for weaving, and weasel for stealth. And during this stage, Spider spins us through the world of matter and the double helix of our genes to the universe of endless possibilities. On the destiny portion of this journey, we're looking to opening to our destiny and the concept that I am life. And our goal is to overcome our ignorance and circumstance and avoid repeating the history of the worst emotional moments of our lives, and to embrace our inner power to move towards self-determination. All right, so let's start with some daily excerpts. We're going to start with the introduction to the destiny portion. There's no autopilot once we enter the transformation stage, and there are not many shortcuts to arriving. We each must forge our own path, guided by the wisdom within and ready for the newness of life that emerges during this stage. There are many highs and lows. As we learn to fly, there are bound to be crash landings and bumbled takeoffs. Our faith has grown and our awareness has reached a higher level, but there's still so much to learn and digest to ensure that old, unhealthy habits and beliefs do not return to teach us painful lessons we've already been taught. Trauma and repetition, no thanks. As we enter the second half of the transformation stage, there's no turning back. A nostalgia lingers at times for what used to be, for what could have been, but these memories and desires do not haunt us. We've become the captain of our skin-covered vessels. We have tamed our ego enough to break free from the chains of ignorance and circumstance, free from a fated life of a small child abandoned and a grown woman conditioned to submit. We open to our destiny, to being our own master and help others do the same. Questions remain. Doubt still hangs its ugly fanged face on our bedroom wall at times. But with the folly of coyote, the keen senses of owl and weasel, and the new ways of being that spider medicine spins, we can keep on keeping on and even begin to thrive. It is at this time that we reach the depths. It was Coyote who first appeared with a seemingly pointless message floating on the surface. The deeper meaning lost in the morning light, but not forgotten. During the transformation stage, Coyote returns to break the barriers that keep us buoyed to the illusion we hold most dear. We finally see our own foolishness, and the clear-seeing eyes of owl medicine fly to our side, aiding our progress and helping us advance along the inner journey flight plan. Any glass houses that have survived the follies of Coyote will come crashing down with the high-pitched call of owl. We no longer have desire or energy to waste time on denial and pretense. Life is not perfect, we are not perfect, and we've reached the point of letting it all fall apart. We understand that living the life of our dreams is not about figuring things out or forcing the world to meet our narrow views of right and wrong or getting everything we want. When we take the magical, mythical journey to the depths of our soul, we find that if we invoke the aid of our spirit animals and are willing to open to their wisdom, they coax us to look beyond the surface, not settle for the life that has been ordained by the powers that be, with little regard for the power within, disregarding our innate right to self-determination. If we are unwilling to dive beneath the surface, our ability to build the life of our dreams becomes limited, and the area in which we are able to create narrows. We may find ourselves caught in spider's web instead of calling her to our side to spin new ways of being. When we begin to see our foolishness in the acts of Coyote, our lives will never be the same. We begin the task of deciding if this will be for the better or the worse. With the clear-seeing eyes of owl, we know there is no other path that will do. We can handle the crap. We've been swallowed whole by whale at this point. And this recognition calls Spider to weave her web of new worlds and new ways, inspiring us to create the life we desire, hold fast to our dreams, and to fight for new, better frameworks of being and living and relating and celebrating in the world. Owl's expansive wingspan of ancient wisdom creates the space needed for Spider to weave new patterns that opens us to new perspectives and possibilities by applying the wisdom of the ancients to the present day. We discover the world is our oyster, and with this revelation, the keen observation of Weasel becomes our own. We begin to see more clearly that I am you and you are me, and we set out on the sea of destiny with our thoughts raised high. As we move closer and closer to manifesting the life of our dreams, even when fate extends its bony hands in our direction, we learn that we can call upon the power deep within and sing back our lives without the lies. So that's the introduction to Destiny. Here's Coyote, and my computer right now is saying low battery. So hopefully it doesn't die, but we'll end the post if it dies. So here's Coyote for as long as the computer lasts. Coyote provides unending resilience and unmatched adaptability to dismantle the narrow domestic walls of our self-made cages, allowing us to pursue the open province of our destiny, creating and defining how we want to be in the world. With Coyote by our side, we reconnect with our soul, follow our heart, and honor our emotions at a new level that transforms the way we see ourselves and relate to others. Snooze time is over. This is from Medicine Cards. Snooze time is over if you've pulled Coyote Medicine Card. Watch out, your glass house may crash to the ground at any moment. When we no longer attempt to return to what was or could have been, when we stop dwelling on should have or could have, and stop sitting around wanting and wishing, we are well into the transformation stage of the journey. We are open to change, to learning and growing, and Coyote coaxes us to look inward for answers, whether we like it or not, and shows us the comic aspects of the tragedy we create when we look outward for affirmation. Maybe Coyote has returned to help me let go, help me understand the ways of the world, and lead me to the agility of strength and spirit that it takes to shapeshift to the world of my dreams, a world where we are able to stand alone but never feel abandoned or isolated or unlovable, a world in which we speak from our heart directly but gently, and a world in which we learn to laugh at the human condition, laugh at the drama we create in and day out, to avoid the truth deep within, or from fear created by the ignorance and circumstance of our singular experience. Let the walls that keep us confined to faded life come crumbling, tumbling down. With Coyote as our guide, we will do more than survive, we will thrive. Coyote will widen our range to include the sea of destiny and lead us to new ways, better ways of being in the world. Coyote uncovers the truth deep within through folly or wisdom, whichever we choose. If we find the courage to follow this truth, if we learn not to despair when Coyote tricks us into falling apart, and if we allow our hearts to break over and over again, we open to more beauty and more joy, and our life is transformed in ways we would never have imagined. Now we're on to Owl. It is owl medicine that allows us to soar above the ignorance and circumstance that previously defined us and limited our ability to build the life of our dreams. In this silence, we no longer fear the man-made and mind-made chimeras that have kept us acceptable and amenable and caged. We have come to understand that nothing that anyone else has said or done to us can take away the truth that lies at our core. The heart about a cheetah cannot be tainted, but it can be buried under layers and layers of lies, lost to us if we choose to remain transfixed by fear, floating along on the surface to avoid the pain deep within. When we embark upon the magical mythical journey to the depths of our being, when we do our best to let go of all the preconceived notions and all the judgments, and are no longer afraid we might die when we are cut to the core, we are freed from fate. We sing for the laughter and we sing for the tears, and we sing back our lies without the lies. We find ourselves living the life of our dreams while also building the life of our dreams, one step at a time. We learn to fly in the clear-seeing eyes of Owl, pierce the veil of illusion, revealing that we are the dreamer and the dream, and our ability to fly can be found in the darkest moments of our lives. Now we're to Spider. We'll see if this is going to last. As we spin a new world with Spider by our side, we recognize the bane of Coyote, and we do not fear the silent flight of Owl. The initiated do not fall prey to the clear-seeing eyes of this night eagle. We are becoming more and more aware and better able to make honest choices in the present moment, no longer ruled by the conditioning that taught us we are not worthy and that our needs and feelings are secondary to others simply because of our biological features or skin color. The spinning of Spider sings to our soul, and her web creates an intricately woven tapestry of a new life, a life handcrafted with self-nurturing, with full acceptance of ourselves. We get to be the dreamer and the dreamed. We have learned to focus on the positive aspects of life, on the silver linings, on what we have instead of instead of pining away over what we want or wanted or lost. We still get caught up in the wishful thinking at times, easily distracted by the ephemeral appearances of cute boys. For me, at least. That might not be other people's issues. With so much potential, but we quickly come back to our center with the balancing power of Spider's 8 legs that are able to navigate all directions on our life path, as well as the 4 directions of the changing winds. When we center ourselves in her two-lobed body that holds infinite possibilities, the land, the sea, the skies open wide, and the joy of our birthright fills our being. We experience pure contentment, reaching a new level of gratitude and peace. It is right here, right now with us, in the present moment, existing alongside all the heartbreaks and heartaches, all the loss, and all the people we wanted to be part of our lives but are absent. We have worked so hard to be present with the painful emotions that were once intolerable. We have been hurt at times, and maybe this has made us too aggressive, and we have pushed away those we had once held close. So few have remained. So few have the time and energy to sit with the pain and talk through the hurt feelings of even the dearest friend. So that I really like, and as we're moving to the Lionsgate portal and August 8th, 8/8, and It talks about spider's body and her 2 lobes, and that's a figure 8 as well. And that whole spinning and infinity and infinitely creating all the possibilities in the night sky, the infinite possibilities. Which possibility are we going to bring to life here? So I think I'm going to stop there today. We can do Weasel tomorrow with the chakras. And the computer isn't dying, hasn't died, so we don't have to worry. I don't have to worry about it just shutting down, creating a cliffhanger. But maybe that would make people come back tomorrow to find out. Well, I think that's it for the campaign today. I hope you enjoyed the information and the poem and the information about animal guides. And we'll talk about chakras and destiny tomorrow and about Weasel and go from there. Have a great day. Bye-bye.